Environmental governance is a critical factor in enabling effective, equitable, and sustainable conservation. It is central to human relationships with nature, including in its care and use, and the ways that related decision-making impacts human well-being.
Natural resource governance enables us to have legitimacy for conservation initiatives. Legitimacy in the eyes of local communities, indigenous people, legitimacy in the eyes of even the local agents of government that work in that area, legitimacy in the eyes of non-governmental organizations, and legitimacy is then essential for sustainability.
There is a growing body of research, guidance, and action focused on understanding, recognizing, supporting, and improving environmental governance. This includes frameworks, methodologies, and initiatives for assessment and responsive change. Diverse approaches are being developed and led by Indigenous peoples and local communities, national and subnational civil society organizations, international networks and organizations, and academic institutions and researchers, among others. At the same time, many such efforts are fragmented or siloed, and the reach of knowledge about and action from them is often limited. While there are many existing networks and platforms currently focusing on governance in different contexts, these tend to be specific to a region, sector, and/or subset of governance concerns. At this point in time, there is space to more broadly connect actors to support shared learning. This includes creating inclusive and equitable opportunities to foster dialogue, share experiences, and inspire meaningful action to improve environmental governance. The Learning for Governance initiative is led by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature Commission for Environmental, Economic, and Social Policy under the theme for governance, equity, and rights, in collaboration with Melanie Zurba's community-engaged CoLab at Dalhousie University. The initiative seeks to build a learning network with diverse practitioners around the world who are taking action to understand and improve environmental governance. Our initiative is also developing tools to support our communication and learning, highlight diverse governance stories, and promote power sharing and equity within and beyond our network. The first tool being developed through the initiative is the online Learning for Governance portal, which features a story map highlighting governance stories, approaches, and frameworks from across the globe.
Customary governance of indigenous people has been really important, especially for sustaining the ecosystem, biodiversity, and natural resource governance. Indigenous people, there are many examples in my country and also in different parts of Asia and even in the global. One of the examples out of many that customary institution like Sakya has been playing a very crucial role based on the non-violence principle. In this principle, chopping down the green trees and killing the wildlife and even domestic animals, forest fire, and even like flesh trade is completely forbidden. It's a part of the values and customary governance. So basically this belief system, this customary governance with the rule and regulation that has been governed by the indigenous people has been the basis for protection of the wildlife, protection of the biodiversity, protection of the natural resources, maintenance of the water resources in many conservations and national parks. But the fact is the main actor for protection of the natural resources is indigenous peoples there. But this role, the main actor's voice and main actor's face and main actor's contribution has hardly been reflected in the forest regime and the relevant laws and policy and programs, including the governance structure of the national park and the conservation. So that is one of the issues that CIPRET has been putting our efforts, that the role and contribution of indigenous people need to be protected, promoted, and recognized. And in fact, this will be helpful not only for indigenous people, but also for overall protection of natural resources, biodiversity, and ecosystem.
Our goal is to create inclusive and equitable collaborative learning spaces and tools to foster dialogue and inspire meaningful action. We will engage across scales and on equal terms to learn about and from diverse approaches to governing and to understand and improve governance. These are bold aims. However, they are also increasingly necessary in light of multiple and intersecting socio-ecological crises we face. These aims are also increasingly possible in light of the diverse knowledge and leadership of the many actors already learning and taking action for environmental governance at many scales and in many ways. If you are interested in learning more, please explore the resources on our portal or reach out to us under our Contact Us page.